This episode teaches us about how privileged men are, and how easy life for men is, and that men can do anything they want with relative ease and all their accomplishments mean nothing. Yeah, so I hate men.
Number 15, twerking chicken.
Before this video starts, I'd just like to invite you to our Discord server if you want to talk to us at all, or recommend shit, or, do anything personal with us. We'll be on there. We opened finding out it's Fog Festival Day, and that the fog is a magical plot MacGuffin that teleports objects and molests students out of their clothing. Neat. Maybe Atriarch needs this if deepfake ain't enough. Velma also learns the whole town believes the killer is a ghost who has been murdering people, with her dad completely retconning the previous episode of him believing Velma's mother was kidnapped. And conveniently, the intro scroll of this episode left out the fact that he ended up believing Velma in the last episode. He acts as if the killer being a ghost changes the fact it was her mother's handwriting on the note in the last episode. The very thing he said was proof of her being kidnapped. But oh well, it seems that even the show writers wanted nothing to do with the Scooby-Doo joke. Also, it turns out there's a prom king and prom queen situation for the Fog Festival. Fog king and fog queen? You get the idea. Fred's parents basically say they will disown him faster than Tyson Fury disowns Tommy after this Jake Paul fight if he doesn't win Fog King. We skip everything unrelated to the main plot and end up with Fred throwing money at Daphne to literally buy her as Fog Queen. This makes Velma jealous, but we kinda find out later in the next episode that that's kinda Daphne's kink. Because of the still lingering possibility of the serial killer not being a ghost, the town has made it so only males can go alone to the festival, but females need a male escort. Turns out, Velma had the serial killer's phone number the whole time. She just needed to put ultraviolet light on it. Even though that's a normal light bulb, but we'll ignore that. She calls the serial killer and hears the festival in the background. Scared for Daphne's safety, she makes it a mission to get to the festival to protect the citizens. She dressed up like a man to do this, and it all of a sudden is respected a fuck ton more, becoming a successful comedian, having everyone laugh at her jokes, and being able to hand in resumes literally written in crayon and get a job over the girl's professional one. Also dipping her ass in paint and getting awarded the best artist ever. This really just paints men as the root of all evil, and I'm sorry people don't find you funny, Mindy Kaling, but this show is a perfect example of why. Your ego follows you around to believe it's everyone else's fault for not laughing. You think you should be the center of attention, playing the main character in all your stories. You mentioned Quentin Tarantino at some point in the script, and I have to ask, is that where you were getting your inspiration from? And if it is, how sorely mistaken you are. Quentin adds himself as an off-screen kill or a background character at most. Every single show you write has you as the lead because you're incapable of writing a different fucking character that isn't yourself or a blatant stereotype. Anyway, we cut back to Daphne, who has taken a liking to Velma's male version. While drunk, she spills out her emotion on how Velma has been awful to her, and Velma starts to feel semi-bad? Character development? No, she reverts to being the base character in the next episode, acting as if the show is not a continuous story. Eventually, Fred exposes Velma's male version as Velma. This shocks Daphne and makes her upset. Velma is now coming under the pier to talk to Daphne. This is when they are jumped by the serial killer and chased. The killer tries to kill Velma, but the plot device Fog jumps in and turns the knife into a Cheerio, swapping it with Velma's little sister's Cheerio, giving the baby a knife. Remember that? The serial killer somehow gets the knife back, I told you, and attempts to stab them again. But the plot device Fog steps in and swaps the killer's phone with Fred's crown, and the killer disappears. Also, throughout this whole episode, they bait Gigi's death like 9 times, and it's clear they wanted us to think she's going to die and have her brain transplanted, but every commenter already thinks that, so I don't know what they're trying to do. Fred is caught by the killer at the end. He won't be stabbed though because he's not a hot female. We got a Jack the Ripper situation on our hands. Yeah, that's the end. Sub for part 2. Also, thanks to our members. The channel was demonetized recently, so we appreciate your previous donation, although you can't do it anymore. So that sucks ass. Thank you guys for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.